I'm gonna make sure this can be seen. Hello, testing 1, 2, 3. Hello. Okay, it is. Good. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is getting all my moss ready because I am about to do some pole extensions because I have a few poles that need some extensions. I'm not too sure if I'm gonna put an extension on my majestic pole, but then in a way I'm like, I might as well just do it to get it out of the way. That way I don't have to do it later on. So I may just go ahead and do that. Okay. Is this 2? I know it's just 1. I like 2 for some reason. I'm actually not too sure how much moss I'm going to need yet. I'm going to do this too, and then I'll figure it out. If I need more, I'll just come and get some more ready. I don't like to wet my moss and then put it in a container personally. I'm just afraid it's going to get mold, so I don't do that. I just take it out as I need it. Although I do have a massive block that I'm probably going to have to end up doing that with. So if I do, I'll have to get another container for it because I don't have one. But we shall see. I'm used to just getting these like skinnier packs where I can just break it off and then just use what I need. But that other one that I got is a different brand and it came in a big block. So in that case, I may just have to do the whole thing. But only when I'm actually gonna need it. Okay. This one seems to be soaking all that water up. That's what moss is for. Again. All right. I just cleaned my kitchen and now I'm making a mess. It's usually how it goes, right? Okay, so I'm gonna take this back. I'm gonna take this back to the table, and then I gotta get all my other stuff to make the moss poles. One of them is actually on a different, it's like on my homemade type moss pole, so I have to do that one. I was thinking about just putting one of the other ones on there though, and then kind of like starting it on one of the other moss poles instead. I might do that, we'll see, because the one on the wire is a little bit smaller than those other moss poles. I don't know, I'll see if I can make it work, and if not, well then I'll just do it with the other one. Hello everyone, how is everyone doing today? I hope everyone is doing amazing and having a really good week. So I'm back with another video, and this one is going to be me extending my moss poles. I have a few of them that are already needing to be extended, and I just want to get it out of the way. I even have one that I could probably wait, but I think I'm going to go ahead and extend it anyway, so I don't have to worry about it later. And then I do have some plants that I may show you that will be going onto some moss poles that are starting to grow. They were a lot smaller and they're getting a little bit bigger. And I'm just waiting a little bit before I stick them on there. I don't like to stick them on when they're too small. Well, me personally right now, I feel like they're still a little too small for a moss pole. So, but yeah, let me get all my other stuff together. I do have what I may use with my homemade moss pole. I'm not too sure if I'm going to do it that way or go ahead and add on one of these other ones. And then that way, whenever I do cut it in the future, it'll be on one of these. But I'm not sure what I want to do yet. But I do have all my moss pole stuff. And then I have some moss already here. I am going to pull out my mat for this one because it will make a big mess and I don't want a big mess. But let me go get my plants and I will be back. So I went and got my mat and my plants, which are over here. You can't see them, but they are the star of the show, right? So I will be pulling those towards me. And here in this, well, I guess I could already. I don't know, you won't be able to see them fully because of the light and stuff, but you will see them here soon. Let me see if I can. I have boxes of junk right here on the side because I need to make my fencing for my garden soon. And my microphone keeps going inside my shirt. That's why I never put it there. Okay. All right. I'm getting kind of hungry early today for some reason. All right. Whoa. Oh my gosh, I hope my stomach, you don't hear it growling. I might have to eat and then come back and do this. Okay, let me see. Can you see me here? Okay, I don't know if you can see that very well, but these are my moss poles right here that I'm going to start with. I'm going to end it with that one over there because I'm not too sure what I want to do with it yet. If I want to do the homemade thing or if I want to try to stick in one of these other ones in there. As if I actually do that though, I need to try to get, or I don't know, to get the same type of moss pole. Because I feel like every time I order a moss pole, they're different. But I don't know. We'll see. I know these two are different. This one's from Walmart and then this one's from the Amazon. So this one's a bit smaller than the Walmart moss pole. So I don't know. And I have another order of Walmart moss poles that I just got that I hope are not different. But we'll see anyways. It doesn't matter. I think I have enough for that one alone by the time I have to do whatever I got to do to it. Whenever I cut it and all that stuff. So I'm going to start with the with this guy right here, which is the Monstera. Why can't I think? I never can think when I make videos. Like I said, like I just get like this weird camera shy weird thing. I just forget. It's like walking into Walmart when you need things and then you forget everything. Oh my gosh. Okay, I went and had to take me a protein shake real quick. My stomach was growling like crazy. So So I have my Monstera Esqueleto here that is growing like crazy. This is the fastest one so far. And then I noticed my Adansonii is the second fastest now that I've actually been keeping up with the water on it. And then this, my Majestic, has been a little bit slower, but this one is putting out a new leaf currently. So I'm excited about that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get one of these moss poles ready for the Esqueleto. This one is the Amazon moss pole. And I'm glad I have all this stuff ready, so hopefully this will be pretty quick in here. Get this out of the way. And I may play some music if I don't talk during some of this. So, and I may or may not speed up the process if it takes too long. But yeah, I've been noticing that I'm really enjoying the moss pole stuff. At first I was real iffy about doing moss poles, but then I was like, you know what, they're actually kind of fun. It's really cool to see your plants grow, and then you can see the roots kind of just root into the moss pole. I think it's really cool. So definitely enjoying it, and it's a process, and yeah. And I'll be excited when I'll be kind of nervous when it comes down to my first cut because this is my first time, you know. So I will be nervous for sure. I am going to be putting this plant on the floor because this one's getting taller now. And let me move the camera a little bit. You can see the top of the leaves of the moss pole. And then I will show you like how kind of scale it with me next to it. And so you can see like exactly like how big it is, and you know, these leaves and stuff. And then there's a new leaf coming out on this one as well. So now that I filled up this little pole, I just slide it in here. Usually I might have to let me fill this top piece up. So I need to make sure there's moss all the way through. So let me go ahead and do that. It's funny because when I first started doing this, I was actually putting the pole on the outside, and I noticed it started leaking water. I have it like that on my homemade one. And I was like, oh no, I don't think I'm supposed to put it like that. And so I had to correct it and slide the moss pole on the inside. So it's just something to keep in mind when you're doing this. Definitely a learning curve for me, but this is fun. It's been fun for sure. Usually once you get it in there, it's pretty good. Right there, I can feel the roots are just, and the moss is also kind of dry. I'm gonna have to water it a little bit for sure. And I have to water these moss poles like every other day because they dry out quickly. Like, I kid you not. They dry out pretty fast. Okay, so what I'll do is I usually just slide it in there. I don't even connect it with anything. But now that I am extending them a little taller, I don't think I'll need to. I may consider putting some of these guys in there, these cable ties, to secure it a little bit. I don't think it actually really does need it yet. And I feel like as it roots down, more than likely it'll be fine. But this one is getting a little wobbly, as you can see here. So I am going to have to be probably putting some support on it at some point. I do have a stick, or I'm going to have to place it in something that's a bit, but it is on the carpet as well, so that could just be the problem. It's on my big rug. Oh yeah, it's better. But yes, if I extend this taller, it's going to need support. And I do have some sticks in there to support it. And I do have it in a pretty like sturdy container. If I didn't, for sure this thing would just fall off. So I may do the stick next time around for sure, or stick it in a bigger, like stick that container just into something more like a bigger pot or heavier pot of some sort. I don't know. I have one over there, but I'll use it if I need it. But I'm proud so far. I have to say, I'm kind of proud of myself that I've actually done. This is really cool. This is something that I really like. I admired so much in other people's collections. Is their massive moss poles and leaves, and I was like, I really want to do that. And so it was one of the things that I really just, I wanted to get done. And I feel like this is going to be the first one that actually gets really big for me. And I love it. But yeah, that's pretty much how you do the moss pole. Simple. You can zip tie them if you feel like you just want it to be a little bit more secure. But that's pretty much it. That was easy and simple for me on this one. So I'm actually, I will put this one right here, and then we can start on the next one, which will also be pretty simple. And then I'll just slide a cup down in here and just water it like that. Water it through the little holes. So this cup, I should be able to slide. I'm gonna have to push it down with a stick, I think. Or no, I'm gonna have to get a smaller cup because that one's not gonna fit. But I'll get a smaller cup and then put it up there. This one actually, I think, goes here. And this guy, I don't know if y'all can see me. And then I'll put some water in that one because that pole needs water big time. What I do to make my own moss poles is I get these stencil sheets from Walmart. If they don't have them, I just order them. And I'm gonna have to order some more because this one, I think this one right here is going to make two sections. I need scissors. So I still have two sections of pole with just that one stencil, but I will have to be getting more probably in the future. And so with these I just fold them in half to kind of get them even. Or should I do it the no, they're the same. It doesn't matter. It's a square. All right. And I can do that little line so I know where to cut. I think I've done this before in one of my other videos, but I can't remember. I can't remember all that stuff. And this is like, so if you just want to save some money, I think it's a little, is it a little cheaper? It's a little bit cheaper if you do it yourself. Well, then again, I don't know, because then you have to get these little guys and everything for it. I need to go get wire real quick. Honestly, I think it's the same. It all comes out to the same price after you buy everything. Might as well just buy the plastic ones. But I guess it's preference. At first, when I first started moss poles, I had my Adansonii on a moss pole that went all the way around. And then I noticed it was drying all the time, like constantly just drying. And I was just like, you know what? This is a pain. So I ended up cutting it in a way where I put the plastic behind it, which is why it's kind of crooked and it didn't come out how I wanted it. But I ended up cutting it so I could put the plastic behind it so that way it stays damp longer and it doesn't dry out as fast. This is already cut in a spot that I think is going to be the right one. I didn't even check, but I'm pretty sure it is. I need these wire cutters to go the opposite way. And I guess if you don't mind extra work, because these are extra work and it does take longer as well. So I guess if you kind of weigh everything out, the plastic ones are going to be better to do, for sure. Okay. Just cut all that off, and then I need to, so what I do is I come back to this moss pole. If you can see it, let me raise it. What I do is I come back to this moss pole and then I just count how many are across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, because this one is a pretty small one. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. And so then I come back to the wire and I just cut at 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I cut here on the outside part of it. So that way I get what I need. There's been a time that I was cutting this and I was trying to hurry, and I guess I just went into the wrong. I cut more in instead of in the right spot, and I ended up cutting this wrong. Oh my gosh, I still used it, but I don't think I have it on there anymore. I don't remember. I probably do. That's probably why it's all crooked. I think that is where it got crooked on me. So, you gotta be careful. This can mess with my eyes, and I think that's what happened. It messed with my eyes. I don't mind doing this, but like if I'm in a rush or something and I just want to get this done, or I'm having a day where I'm just really tired and I don't feel like doing this stuff that day because I'm just exhausted, but I want to get it out of the way, then the plastic ones are best bet. Okay, so now I have what I'm going to use here, and then I just have this piece. So I need to get my hole puncher. In the future, I am going to try to transfer this one into one of the plastic poles for sure when it's time to cut. Maybe I can get a lot of roots off of it and just put it in one of the plastic poles. I wish I could get the front tied ones because that would be easier to be able to just undo it and then take it out or whatnot. Those are awesome, but I just haven't I haven't really looked into those. Because usually like stuff is, like that brand name stuff's real expensive. Anyways, I start to make holes. I usually do about 4 down the pole. So I try to start as high as possible. And so there's my first one. 2, 3. And then try to get one as low as possible. Then whenever you do these again on the other side, you want to do them as even as possible. That way, that can also mess up the pole when you're tying it in. It can make it look a little messed up. But, so I got the holes in there. And then after I'm done here, I just put this up against the edge here. Oh, look, and it's perfect size. And then I just zip tie them in. So then I zip tie all the way down to the bottom. I had some smaller green ones, but I think I'm out. So I just buy these from Walmart or wherever you want to buy your stuff from. So I know it's going to be this way, so I do it this way. So I usually try to do the top and bottom on both sides, and then I'll go back and then zip tie the other 2, or the other 4. These zip ties are kind of big. I should have got the smaller ones. But they will work. Oh my. Be a pain in my butt. And then I like to have these on the outside. That way they won't do anything to the plants or be like sharp and cut them as they grow. Sometimes it's just like to make sure they're not too, I don't want them aiming to the plants. Because regardless, they might get kind of close, but still. Okay, and that's my little section that I need for this plant. So what I do with this one is I just get moss and shove it in there. I do need to get some more. I have a little bit here that fell out of my other one, but I just stick it in there. But let me go get some more. I'll be right back. Okay, So I went and got some more. I think I got a little too much, but it's okay. I can just save it there for something else. Usually I just sit it on my counter. That way it doesn't get any kind of mold. Because I'm scared to put these in like a, although you know what? I actually have these inside of, I just have moss inside of a container in one of my greenhouses because I'm trying to make it come back to life, to grow live moss. And it seems like it's doing good. Where am I? I might have to, thinking about it, well, maybe not. I was thinking I might have to cut one of these at the bottom because I didn't even think about that. And then use it to clip in the other one because this one's, I usually do clip them in together. Let me see. I might have to. We'll see. I have this little watering thing in there for that one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to clip it. This one's off. I totally forgot. Well, now I'm like, crap, it's gonna be hard to take it off. Yeah, just remember if you make your own, leave the bottoms off. I totally forgot about that. So it's my mistake, my bad. And because I don't do these all the time, so then I forget. Like, oh shoot. But yeah, you want to leave the bottom unsecured. So whatever side you decide to make the bottom. That way, when you do put it in this little guy, which I hope goes in okay. Okay, this has to go on the inside, okay? You gotta be good. Be good now. All right, there it goes. Awesome, awesome. Went in there perfect. That way, this one actually probably won't need it. No, this one won't need. But what you can do, usually when I leave the bottom that way, you're gonna need to anyways. It doesn't matter if you strap it in or not. You're gonna need to leave the bottom without this because if you have those on there, it might be a little harder to slide the pole in. And you want to make it pretty easy to get that in there. Then if you want, you could, if you wanted to, stick your little hole punchers and just make extra holes here and then secure it with more zip ties. But really that's optional, I don't think, but this one I'm going to need it because it did go in pretty secure and I don't feel like I have any worries on that one. So I'm not going to do that with that one. But that one is it. I'm so happy I finally got that one in there. I need to push this to the side a little bit, the plastic. But other than that, it looks really good. Making me pretty happy. Oh yeah. It's not too shabs, not too shabs. Let me get my scissors. But yeah, as you can see, this one's can be a bit more of a pain than if you were to just get the other ones. So my advice, just get the other plastic moss poles. But it's so funny because you can see how my pole is all crooked. It's funny. It's like a little angled. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry I did that. But yeah, it's all set now. It's pretty set to go. I'm happy with it. It doesn't matter in my opinion. I feel like as long as you got plenty of moss in there, you guide it where you want it to go, and like if you got some weird spots, it will be fine. It's just this time I had, see, this is what I was talking about. I had put the poles over and instead of like inside, and so when I do water, the poles do tend to leak. And then I started, I think it was on this one where I actually put it on the inside and then I zip tied it on this one. On this one I'm not zip tying it, so I'm just leaving it as is. So yeah. But yeah, I finished up my moss poles. My goodness, I thought I was never gonna finish this stuff. But you did see how it did take a lot longer for the homemade ones. Here are the moss poles that I did finish today. So my Majestic is the smallest one, Adansonia is the second smallest, and my Esqueleto is the one that is growing the fastest. So awesome. This is interesting because then I can look back at the journey. But yeah, This is how tall it is. I'm 5'3", by the way, so you kind of get an idea of where this one is. These leaves are starting to get really big on the escaleto, and I'm pretty sure I haven't seen nothing yet, but yeah, I'm gonna go put them in their spot and then clean up, because I really do need to clean up this mess. I think next time I'm gonna have to put the moss pole, like, oh shoot, I turned off the light, my bad. Oh no. It's almost hitting the light now. This one's gonna have to go on the floor pretty soon. It's gonna be harder to water. All right. There, I think I'll do better like that. And so to put the cup in this, I actually just open up the back slots, and then I put the cup inside, and then whenever I'm ready to add moss, the slots will already be ready, and easy for me to do that as well if I want to put it through the back instead of all over the top. But I figured that's the easiest way to actually get the cup in there and out easily. And then when I'm ready to water, what I can do is I can either turn it or just water through one of these holes here with my watering can or a bottle or whatever I decide to use, which I'll probably more than likely turn it around. But those are my couple of babies. So my escaleto and this little guy that is putting a new leaf. I am so excited for it. But there is this one. Seems like it's doing okay there. It's pretty steady. And then it has the support here. That will keep it up, but it's pretty steady still. I am probably going to go ahead and put some water in this one as well, because the bottom I think is a bit dry. Yeah, it is. It's really dry. So I'm going to make sure that's really watered. And then the back ones too in my room. And so you can see where I'm going to have to eventually move this shelf into the back room, so that way I can have all my moss poles here by the window. I thought, well, I could just have them in the back room, but I really want them here, so I'm going to figure something out for these here later and putting all this in the back room, which I plan on recording, but we'll see. Okay, I'm back. So I got everything cleaned up, and I did bring some of my plants here because I want to show you some of these future moss pole plants. These are really familiar, and some people, a lot of people actually have these already on moss poles. But I do have this one. This one I got for free from the Green Escape. Whenever I bought 4 plants, you get one for free. So I chose a philodendron, and they gave me this soderoy. So I'm excited about this one. I feel like this one's gonna do pretty well on a pole, I hope. The only thing I've noticed about this is that the leaves have a hard time coming out a little bit more so than these other ones that I have. So I'm hoping it will do well on a pole. It is very pretty. I like the silverness of the leaves. This one seems to have a bit more silver on it compared to my majestic. So that one will be nice, so I can get it to grow and do well. So I do have this one as well, which is I think it's the Glorious. It is. This one right here is my Glorious. I'm trying to get out of the camera lens there. If it will focus on the plant and not my face. Okay. But this one is the Glorious. And then you can kind of see like how tall it is and how big it is. I really don't want to put it in a moss pole yet. I am going to put a little stick here to prop it up give it a little bit more support, and then once it gets a little bit bigger, I'll stick it on a moss pole. This one, as you can see, I already given it some support. This is the varicosum, which is pretty noticeable of what it is. It's gorgeous and has a new leaf coming out. This one has been doing really well. So I'm excited to put this one on a moss pole so I can see those furry petioles that it will start to give me. And I love the undersides of the leaves. It's so pretty. Okay. Then I do have the Splendid that I plan on putting on one as well. And this one seems a little bit bigger than the other ones that I do have. It is a very gorgeous, gorgeous philodendron. So I'm excited. But okay, you guys, this is the end of the video. I didn't make an ending to this one, probably because I thought I was going to add on and I never did. But I do want to thank you for watching this video. If you do like my content, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, y'all.